All right, guys, so today we're doing a video on dashboard lights. And a lot of you guys don't know, some of you do, some of you don't, what dashboard lights mean. So you need to know when there's a problem and what to do. We're gonna go right now to the Porsche. We're gonna show you that. It's the only car in the shop. And then we'll talk about some other stuff that could pop up and let you guys know if there's a problem with your car so you know what to do. All right, so let's hop in the Porsche. We're just gonna turn the key on. Let's get a lot of the lights on the dash. And let you know what to do here. So let's see. Put our key in like so. Okay. Got the buzzer here, it should stop any second. The Porsche is checking its oil automatically. If you don't have a Porsche, it's not gonna do that. So we're gonna start off left to right. First of all, there we go. This light here is your cruise control light. So if you push the cruise control, which on this car is right there, you can see the same little symbol on it. And that'll turn off and on the cruise control. It's usually a green light, so you know it's not a threatening light. The next one up is going to be our check engine light. Your check engine light could do a lot of different things, guys. Now, if it just pops on when you're driving, that's not really a concern that something's for sure wrong. One thing I would do once it kicks on, check all your gauges, make sure everything is good. Check your coolant temps up here. Depends on what kind of car you're on. You might have a battery voltage, check that. Make sure your alternator's not going out. Fuel gauge will not cause, the check engine light will not be related to the fuel gauge, and so forth. If the check engine light is flashing though, all right, let's say it's flashing, blinking, 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 and you notice your car is starting to miss out. That's misfire, all right? So you could have a spark plug problem, you could have a fuel injector problem, you could have a coil pack problem, and most importantly, you could have bad gas. So, you know, like most cars, you need to have a scanner ready to scan anything if you're out and something pops up. That'll tell you what the deal is. If you see random multiple misfire, it could be fuel, it could be a mass airflow sensor problem, or it could be a vacuum leak. But if it keeps flashing and flashing, 9 times out of 10, it's a fuel problem. Now, if you scan it, it's only one cylinder, then you could have an ignition coil, you could have a spark plug problem, or a fuel injector problem, or something wrong with that cylinder. All right, so the next ones are very important here. This is our traction control light here, the little circle. The circle with the triangle in it. You'll see it's a lot on BMWs, a lot of German cars. And usually this is linked to the ABS. So let's say if you have an ABS sensor problem, you're going to get ABS and the traction control light on. It could be something with the steering angle sensor, which is inside right behind the airbag here in the column. It could be something with the wheel sensor. It could be ABS module. None of that kind of stuff is going to keep you from driving the car. That's the nice thing about it. And so you have that. Now in Toyotas, you might get the check engine light and this light, the track off or the triangle and the ABS light. For some reason on the Toyota vehicles, that pretty much if you get the check engine light for damn near anything, you'll get the traction control off, especially EVAP codes. Those are real common on those cars. And traction control off, ABS on, and traction control light on. So the next one up here is the brake. I'm trying to zoom back out because it looks so blurry like that. Is a brake light. And the brake light right now is red, right? It's just in self-check mode. It's turning the key on. If the brake light, you're driving along and you see it's amber colored, it could be linked to the traction control. It also could mean that the brake fluid is low. But the brake fluid low depends on which make or model it is. It could mean a red brake light or amber brake light. Usually when it's amber or orange color, I would say, that's a non-threatening light. Some cars, some BMWs will throw the traction control, the brake light in orange, along with just like a simple ABS code. So it all depends on what you're driving, really. So Porsche has a exclamation mark here. On other German cars, it'd be a little triangle down the main display right here. That tells you there's a problem. There's a light out, there's this or that. This car, just the key's on, so it's going through a self-check, so nothing's actually on it. But that'll give you a seatbelt warning, could possibly throw that, depends on what you're driving here. and a very simple issue usually lights out, your windshield wiper fluid being low, it'll throw an exclamation point or a little triangle warning down here in the display. Things like that. Things are not threatening. I would say next, moving on, is your seatbelt. Right there, obviously, if you don't have your seatbelt on, which I'm sitting in my garage with the car not on, it's going to be on. Everybody should know what the seatbelt alarm is, but hey, we're doing this video for everybody. We're not trying to shortchange anybody. If you're a new driver, maybe you don't know that. This car is, what the hell do you call it? It's automatic. It's, I can never think of, Tiptronic. So it's going to show the gear selector here. Then you put it in manual. It's going to illuminate whatever manual gear you're in. Everybody should know that. Warning lights. So this car actually has a warning light on the temp. So anytime, any point in time at all, you see that warning light on German cars, it could mean either low coolant, it'll be flashing the warning light, or it could just be on. If it's on and the needle's over the normal temp range, on this is about halfway, 175. Anything over that, you're in extreme danger. You have a coolant leak, you're in danger of meltdown. If you ever see that go up, obviously you need to turn the engine off immediately and pull over the side of the road, no matter what. There is no making it home. There is no, I'm only a mile from home, I can make it. Yeah, you're going to buy a new engine, you do that. Obviously, the fuel gauge is over here on the right, and this is low fuel light, the illuminated light there. So if you see that at any point in time, that's all that can mean is low fuel and so forth. There's many other cars. A lot of cars will have a display up here in the middle. They'll have a whole screen. This is aftermarket, but a lot of BMWs have the iDrive would be up here on the dash. And if that throws a light, it'll tell you what's wrong. It'll say passenger seat belt. It'll say low coolant, low fuel, you know, anything like that. But yeah, that's pretty much a basic rundown of your generalized, this is a very generalized video, generalized dash lights. Most cars nowadays have a little menu, so you could actually go through and check. You can see here, like you want to check the oil. It's going to check the oil for us automatically if the car is off. Some cars will check it, it has to be running to check it, right? There's different variances of it. A lot of times you can toggle through the menu and see voltages. You can see, like on the G-Wagon, we can see the oil temperature, oil pressure, coolant, all exact temperatures in there. If you think you might be having a temperature problem or a oil heating problem, you can always drive with that menu up and you can watch exact temperatures as you're driving, slowing down, speeding up, and all that kind of stuff. And you can see, you know, like what the car is doing and make sure it's in the correct zone. But yeah, the best way you could do it, if you don't know what the light is and something pops on your driving, just pull over, pull your phone out. Everybody has a cell phone these days. Don't BS me. Everybody has internet. Pull over, pull your phone out, look it up on Google and see what it is. You can type in the year, make, and model of your car, you know, like 2006 Porsche Cayman, you know, orange light, check engine light on. If you don't know what it is, airbag lights, another one can pop on. If you have a fault in your airbag system, you have a little guy sitting in the seat with a little round ball in front of it. Those are all things you can look up. If you do not have a scanner, I recommend everybody, you're never too good to keep a scanner in your glove box. Go buy some $20 or $30 scanner, something that could do ABS codes and general engine codes. Leave in your glove box. That's the best defense against huge mechanic bills you could possibly get. You could actually just look over right away, no problem at all, and tell within seconds by scanning it what the problem is. That way you know if you're good to drive home or if you need to call a tow truck. But like I said before, never, ever drive a car home and think it's gonna be okay. If it's overheating, a lot of times if the check engine light's flashing and it's misfiring, that could cause the EGT, the exhaust gas temperature, to go through the roof. That can melt down stuff as well. But that's gonna be it, guys. Thanks for watching and have a good day.